Jennifer Lopez has been unexpectedly pulled into the growing storm surrounding Diddy and Jay-Z after photos surfaced showing her in a heated argument with Diddy on a night that would later become the center of serious allegations. What does JLo know? Could she be in trouble herself?
Because I didn't think much of myself. And so the world didn't think much of me.
The truth is more shocking than anyone expected. The story begins on September 7, 2000, at an MTV Video Music Awards afterparty in New York City. A recently amended lawsuit has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry by accusing both Diddy and Jay-Z of harming a 13-year-old girl at this event. Even more disturbing, the lawsuit claims a female celebrity stood by and watched. The victim, identified
being chastised by their fans.
The woman has not been named, but the lawsuit states that the victim recognized her as a celebrity.
And many are now questioning who this unnamed woman might be. Photos that recently surfaced online show JLo engaged in what appears to be an intense disagreement with Diddy at the Lotus Nightclub earlier that same evening. At the time, JLo and Diddy were one of entertainment's most high-profile couples, their relationship spanning from 1999 to 2001. While there's currently no direct evidence connecting JLo to the alleged incident, her presence that night has raised serious questions. In a dramatic twist, Alex SPO, Jay-Z's lawyer, may have accidentally revealed something crucial. During legal proceedings, he specifically mentioned Mr. Combs and Miss Jennifer Lopez were both at Lotus.
It's because this never happened.
In a legal filing, the lawyer mentioned that Diddy and JLo were together at the Lotus Nightclub on the same night as the alleged incident. The specific line, Mr. Combs and Ms. Jennifer Lopez were both at Lotus, has sent the internet into a frenzy.
A statement that instantly sent the internet into speculation mode. Why mention JLo by name at all? Some believe it was a calculated move to redirect attention away from Beyoncé, who others had theorized could be the unnamed celebrity. Adding to the growing web of connections, JLo's name has surfaced in yet another lawsuit against Diddy. A male prisoner named Derek Lee Cardello Smith has accused Diddy of violating him at a Detroit Holiday Inn in 2004. What's particularly shocking is that Derek's legal team has suggested calling JLo to testify against her ex-boyfriend, implying she might have knowledge about Diddy's alleged behavior. The original lawsuit describes a disturbing sequence of events. The victim claims she attempted to attend the VMAs without a ticket, watching the event on an outdoor screen before approaching limousine drivers outside Radio City Music Hall, hoping to gain entry to an afterparty. One driver allegedly took her to Diddy's gathering, noting ominously that she fit what Diddy was looking for. At the party, the victim claims she was asked to sign a document but wasn't given a copy. She was then handed a reddish-yellow drink that made her feel unwell. The lawsuit states that she observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine, before hiding in an unlocked bedroom where the alleged assault took place. According to her account, Diddy entered the room with Jay-Z and the unnamed female celebrity, approaching her aggressively and saying, "You ready to party?" Initially, the lawsuit only mentioned Diddy by name. The fact that it was later amended to include Jay-Z has caused some to question the victim's credibility. However, the accusations are so serious that they've commanded widespread attention. The alleged victim states that her life changed forever after that night. She claims to suffer from severe depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and a seizure disorder resulting from the trauma. Yet inconsistencies in her story have raised doubts. A major discrepancy involves her father's recollection of events. While she claims he picked her up after the incident, her father told NBC News that he doesn't recall doing so, something he feels he would remember. The address given for their home at the time would have meant a 5-hour journey for her father to collect her. When asked about these contradictions, the woman insisted her father simply didn't remember correctly, claiming they frequently argued about things he said or did during that period in New York. Tony Busby, a Texas-based attorney representing over 100 of Diddy's alleged victims, has been vocal about the case. However, even the legal representation has become embroiled in controversy. Tony is currently facing a lawsuit filed anonymously in Manhattan Supreme Court, alleging he knowingly transmitted a disease to a former client in 2018, hiding his condition and manipulating her to protect his reputation. The situation has escalated into what some describe as a crazy beef between the attorney and Jay-Z. Tony has claimed that lawsuits against him are part of retaliation from Jay-Z's Roc Nation. According to another suit filed by Tony in Texas, Roc Nation and its affiliates have engaged in a coordinated campaign to obstruct justice by convincing more than 24 of his former clients to file frivolous complaints against him. Jay-Z has largely remained silent about Tony's allegations, with his lawyer dismissing the claims as baseless. Meanwhile, JLo's argument with Diddy, captured in the unearthed photos, took place at a different location and hours before the alleged assault, complicating the timeline considerably. JLo isn't the only one whose past connections to Diddy are coming back to haunt them. Recently, a clip from 2007 surfaced showing Diddy and Jay-Z at the Screamfest Music Festival, where Diddy approached Jay-Z from behind and spanked him twice while Jay-Z barely reacted. The footage was reposted by 50 Cent with a damning caption, "Nah, I ain't with it. I ain't never been with it." Though 50 later deleted the post, it had already spread widely online. Since Jay-Z's name was added to the lawsuit against Diddy, his wife Beyoncé has also faced scrutiny. Hours after the allegations shocked the world, Jay-Z joined Beyoncé and their daughter on the red carpet for the premiere of Mufasa the Lion King. According to sources, Beyoncé reportedly had to force Jay-Z to attend, and the couple has allegedly hired a crisis management specialist to navigate the situation. This isn't the first time JLo has been implicated in legal controversy involving Diddy. In 1999, the couple made headlines after a shooting at Club New York, where they were celebrating the release of Shine's debut album. The incident began with a minor altercation between Diddy and a fellow clubgoer, Matthew Allen, which escalated after JLo accidentally spilled a drink on Matthew. When gunfire erupted, 3 people were injured. In the chaos that followed, Diddy, JLo, Shine, and Diddy's bodyguard fled in a Lincoln Navigator, reportedly running 11 red lights before being stopped by police. A stolen, loaded firearm was discovered in the vehicle, resulting in everyone being taken into custody. While JLo was quickly cleared, Diddy faced firearm possession charges, and Shine was eventually convicted and sentenced to nearly 9 years in prison. The case has recently resurfaced in another lawsuit against Diddy from producer Lil Rod, who alleged that JLo carried the firearm into the club and passed it to Diddy during the altercation. The accusation has put JLo back in the spotlight, forcing her to once again confront this dark chapter from her past. Lil Rod's lawsuit, filed in February last year, also implicated actor Cuba Gooding Jr., with allegations that occurred between 2022 and 2023. Lil Rod claimed that Diddy introduced him to Cuba on Diddy's yacht in the Virgin Islands, suggesting that Cuba get to know him better. According to the lawsuit, Cuba harassed and harmed Lil Rod, touching and groping his legs, back, and shoulders, despite his attempts to reject these advances. Cuba has faced similar accusations before. In 2022, he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of forcibly kissing a nightclub staff member in New York. He completed drinking and behavior modification counseling and was later allowed to withdraw the plea in exchange for a lesser harassment charge. CNN reported in August 2020 that as many as 30 women had come forward with accusations of inappropriate touching against the Oscar winner. As these lawsuits continue to unfold, the spotlight on JLo is unlikely to diminish. Whether she'll be called to testify or manage to distance herself from these cases remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. Her past relationship with Diddy has now drawn her into a web of scandal that shows no signs of disappearing anytime soon. The question remains, how much does JLo really know about what happened that night? And will she finally break her silence on these disturbing allegations?